Welcome to European Railway number 61, the DVD magazine for the continental enthusiast. In this programme, we travel to Switzerland to look at the main rail route between Basel and Zurich, between Effingen and Frick. A journey to the Czech Republic to study activity on the 25 kV electrified route between Kolín and Brno. A short stopover is made to the GKB network in Austria. We call in on the main rail route to the west of Venlo in the Netherlands. Poland is our next stopover as we sample coal traffic around the town of Rybnik. As the new Gotthard base tunnel nears opening, we look at trains on the old route through Guschenen. And finally to Germany, where we spend a late afternoon at Köln's Gremberg yard. We travel to Switzerland as we begin one of two parts looking at the rail activity on the main line between Basel and Zurich. Our visit starts in the south at Effingen before calling in at a number of locations in a northerly direction, finishing at the station at Frick. Our first scene comes from the now closed station at Effingen as 11152 heads towards the camera with City Nightline train 1258, the 2211 departure from Berlin to Zurich. This is 11364, the sole example class 430 remaining in this colour scheme. We are at the northern end of the station at Frick, as 511028 departs with the 1104 from Zurich Flughafen to Basel. In our next section, we sample traffic on part of the main Prague to Brno main line, which runs through rural countryside for most of its length. The line is electrified at 25 kV AC south from the station at Kutna Hora, about 6 km from Kolín. We chose a 40 km stretch of line between Trebushice in the north of this map and Havlíčkův Brod in the south. Our journey begins at the village station at Trebushice, just north of the junction station at Čáslav. Seen arriving with an all-station stopping service is dual voltage class 363 electric number 001. A variety of electric locomotives can be seen on the freight services. Here 25 kV machines, number 230, 102 and 103, with 230 082 on the back, head north with this lengthy hopper train. 15 kilometres to the south is the station here at Goltshuv Yenikov. This is the north end of the station at Volkanich, as 363030 rounds the curve at the head of the 1509 from Kolin. We now travel to Austria and to the privately operated Graz-Kuflaker und Busbetrieb system to the southwest of the city of Graz. The company operates 98 kilometres of standard gauge track on the line from Graz to Liebach and onwards to Kuflak, and from Liebach to Wies-Eibeswald. Our feature takes place in the morning at the busy commuter station at Liebach, before we head northeast for an arrival shot at Priemstetten-Tobelbad. Typical motive power on the line are the Stadler GTW2 8 units, designated as Class 5063. 13 of the class are in service, being introduced into traffic in 2011. The line sees quite heavy commuter traffic, with over 5.6 million people carried during 2014. Services operate to Graz every 12 minutes or so in the morning peak, with similar return departures during the evening. Throughout the rest of the day the service is hourly, with trains splitting and joining here for the branch services to and from Wies-Eibeswald and also to Kuflach. The Dutch main line between Venlo and Eindhoven has always been a busy route for passenger and freight. In this section we head west out of Venlo to the next major station stop at Horst Sijvenen to view the action from 2013 and 2014. We chose a number of easily accessible locations not far from the towns. First up is MRCE Dispelok Harloco number ES64F4289, heading west with a loaded car train. The date is the 11th of July 2013. Just west of the station and locomotive number 1760 brings up the rear of this service from Venlo to Den Haag Central. Finally in this section, unit numbers 4223 and 4071 head west whilst forming the 1249 Venlo to Den Haag intercity service. Southern Poland is synonymous with coal mining, and none more so than the area around Rybnik in Silesia. The railways in the area owe their current survival to the many coal mines that still produce coal in vast tonnages. Rybnik first developed as a fishing area, where fish farms were in abundance in the surrounding countryside. Rybnik means fish pond in several Slavic languages. We chose 3 main locations, one just north of the city and 2 to the south. The date is the 25th of September 2014, and locomotive number 620024 heads south along the double track line east of Świetlany. Just a few kilometres south of here is the colliery at Borynia. The following morning, and we are at Leszany, as EN71 AKS 100, a rebuilt EN57 dating from 1966, heads north bound for Katowice. This is our second feature on the Gotthard route, looking at everyday traffic on this mountainous line before the new base tunnel opens in 2016. Our location this time is one of our favourites, Guszenen. Filmed on a rather wet 4th of June 2014 between 7:30 and 10 o'clock in the evening. And this is what we saw. Heading towards the camera is 500-042, forming the 1812 Lugano to Zurich. It's been a few years now since we last visited Köln's Grenberg yard, so we thought it was time for an update. Situated to the southeast of the city, the best place to view the action is to the northern side of the complex, where a suitable level crossing and garden allotments provide plenty of vantage points. Staple motive power for the yard shunting operations remain the Class 296. Here 296042 sets back into the yard on the 3rd of September 2014. "155-111 is still in traffic as of May 2015, when 98 members were in active use. Here the loco enters the yard from the north. Another oldie, this time in the shape of 115205. This loco is currently held in reserve. Finally, we see 296059. This location is a popular stopping off point for enthusiasts and is well worth a visit should you be in the area. As the programme draws to a close, we would like to thank you for watching this edition of European Railway.